to order. Well, a couple minutes before 5. Well, I guess it's 5 o'clock on my watch. So, the minutes. Anybody have any changes to the minutes?
I didn't, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as.
Second. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Did you sign the warrant already?
Yes, I did, I put it on Tom's table.
Okay, Thomas, you already got that.
There are no abatements.
No abatements? Oh, that was easy. We have to sign a 2020 commitment?
Right there.
Oh, yeah. So, what's this, the first billing for this, for this year? Second?
Yeah.
So how do we look in this one? Are we halfway?
I didn't do any comparisons.
By our pumping, we should be fine.
We'll be fine with the budget we got?
They're where they should be, they're up.
And we got the new rate in place now.
Right.
What's the exhaust blanket?
All I can think of is that there must be an exhaust manifold running there. I didn't open it up to look in and, you know.
He charged us for 2 of them at $484 a piece.
It's probably
Yeah.
2 pieces that go together or something.
The inspection report that's with the bill mentions that that thing is saturated with coolant. So if you don't replace it, every time the thing runs, it's gonna be smoking until it finally burns the burns it off.
That, and then for a while, the exhaust pipes, so then we'll be paying for that.
Is there anybody else we deal with on generators?
The other company I had, they serviced the generator, and like 2 weeks later, we got a call from the business next door, the alarm was going off, and it was because low oil. There was no oil in the damn thing. So, they've been the best. They actually fixed I had issues for like 5 years running with the generator back here starting, and everybody kept claiming the gas was low, the gas was low. I had the gas company out, the gas pressure was actually too high, but he left it alone. So finally, one kid came along and, oh, well, let's change the air-fuel ratio. Started fine ever since.
Now, when Liddy Graff was here,
Yeah,
we bought him a truck when he was a mechanic, and he was supposed to, the reason why we bought him a truck was he was supposed to be going around and checking all the generators at the schools and everything.
so I think that happens. Tom does that, but I think he just checks the diesel level in them. I don't think he actually services them. I think he follows the service tech around.
He's a mechanic though, right?
Yeah,
But I thought that's why we hired a mechanic, was to save some money, and if we had a contractor come in, and he's supposed to be changing the oil and adding oil, make sure the oil's good, and we got a generator that didn't have any oil in it, the alarm's going off, and they were just there, obviously, they're not doing their job. And if the town's already got a mechanic, why are we even hiring somebody and we have a truck with chrome wheels and everything else? Why doesn't that truck go around and service the generator? I thought that's why we bought it.
that I can't tell you. You'd have to ask somebody else. I just know that they do all of our generators and they've been really good at it.
Who?
FM generator. If I have an issue, they usually fix it. Yeah, it does get pricey, but
I'll tell you, all these prices of parts look like they're way over double what they should be.
I did try to buy, like, once they said, oh, well, it needs an air cleaner or something else, and then when you try to find the parts for it, it's not as easy as you would think. It doesn't tell you it's a Ford F-350, Cobra Jet engine. You have to dig through to figure out what the parts actually are.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Well, you're not having it done yet anyway, right?
Well, I told them to order the parts, because I need Manley Street. When we're producing water, I can't have Manley Street down.
So he's already ordering the parts?
Yes.
Can I see that for a second?
I mean, if you want, I can start double bidding them, but then it just becomes time consuming having somebody double check
Yeah, but
somebody
I mean, if you're
else's work.
saving $1,500 or $2,000, it's worth it, I mean. Your generator's not that old,
No, it isn't.
parts gonna be readily available.
Well, it's 15 years old, so it's, I've been here,
Oh, this is Manley Street.
yeah,
Manley Street.
like the other ones, the one at the tank is small, and the one at both tanks,
I
they're
mean,
small.
$830 for a water pump? What kind of generator is it?
It's the name for a Generac.
They should be readily available,
Oh,
I don't think.
And it's gotta be a common motor. How many
Yeah, I
cell,
don't know, they ordered the parts, it's still, the parts were ordered, the date, 10/16, and I'm still waiting.
how many cylinder engine is it, you know, Wayne?
I believe it's an 8,
Oh, it's that big?
yeah. Yeah, it's a V.
Yeah, it's 125 kW, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good sized generator, it's not like this monster, but.
Do you wanna see this, or have you seen it?
No, I
He gave us a
gave-
copy.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, that's a little discouraging.
I mean, their hourly rate is up too, it's not.
No, his hourly rate's not that bad,
$105.
Right,
I mean, he charges us, you know, $75 trip fee, which really isn't bad.
right.
It's the parts, I mean, maybe they are, I don't know. Can you look into that and see what the motor is?
I'll try to see if I can get something off of
You
it.
know what you wanna do?
Would you find out, cause I'll double check, just kinda,
Yeah,
You know what you wanna do when he's down there?
Am I taking that bill off the warrant?
why, we didn't get billed for it yet, did we?
How much is it for?
No, all you got billed for was the charge to come out and
Right, I had him come on a regular time.
take it down.
It went on a Friday, and I told him not to bother to come until,
and this is just an estimate,
Yeah.
I mean.
yeah,
Okay,
No, we're still paying for that,
yeah.
okay.
that service call.
Can you get some information, Wayne, possibly
Yeah.
along, let me know? I'm just curious. I mean,
Wayne, when they're there changing the stuff out,
Yeah,
get some numbers off the boxes and stuff and price out some of the stuff.
Yeah, just find out, give me some model numbers off that Generac, or what the motor is, look at the motor, see if you can see what motor it is.
yeah, I'll look.
Okay.
And get the numbers, get the model number and the serial number off of the engine itself. Your Generac probably uses different motors,
Right,
so just get it off the motor, give it to Tom and
I'll follow up, just see what stuff's working on.
yeah,
And it may be what it is, but if it's a $200 water pump, he's charging us $800, we need to have a talk.
right.
So the commitment this time was $524,342.
Ooh, that's a
That was pretty good.
little-
So we're all done with the new business.
Basic charge is now pulling in almost half for the revenue though, so it's a lot more balanced. And we're not, you shouldn't be going, we're trying to access this period anyway.
Well, that period we were, 'cause that, remember, that's 3 months behind us.
August.
Oh, this is, okay, I was thinking it was just the previous one.
Yeah, it's mid-July to mid-October.
Yeah, this should be a good one, this one. But usually, you can take the first two and just figure out where you're gonna be for the year.
Yeah,
You know, because the one before this should have been a smaller one.
yeah, well, the next two are like 420 each, so they account for about 900,000.
All right, we're already on to the old business. Did we send a bill or anything to, on the hay contract? Anybody?
Yeah, I talked to, Mr. McLeod, he actually called me back, and he said he was only allowed to hay one time, and, he didn't make nearly as much as he had, when he won the bid. So he'd like to continue to do it, but he's asking for a reduction in price, and he had not paid for this year, but he did do it once.
Okay, do you plan on paying us for this year?
He's asking for a reduction in price.
Who told him he couldn't cut, or just he couldn't cut twice just because it didn't grow and it's...
He said keep trying to go out there in the school, kick them off, whoever was out there.
They're mowing the thing down as some sort of track.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
Well, they don't own the property.
right, but they've gotta be told to stay off of it.
Who's mowing the track?
I'm guessing the school, I don't know. I remember whoever was doing it prior had said that, that the school goes out there and they mow down some track in there. And it literally,
Well, they used to just have a path that went through there for the cross.
no, it's in the middle of the thing, it's not a path on like the rail trail or whatever that was.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they're doing something in the middle of the field. They're mowing down the hay.
Really?
Yeah, I forget it.
Well, I
didn't
think
look
they
up
should have had a
pictures.
little discussion with
Well,
us.
I think we need to send a letter to the school and telling them that that's under our jurisdiction and, somebody is supposed to be giving us money for cutting that hay and they can't,
Right.
if they can't do it because of that, we need to work something out. The school either stays off there or they can pay us. Sure,
Yeah,
that'll go over big.
Yeah,
They should have at least had a conversation with us before they.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't be kicking him off of our property,
right.
Right.
if that's what happened.
But he should have told us right away too, instead of letting it go on. I have no idea. I mean, I remember him saying, the other one saying to us that it happened. And he didn't really care because he wasn't,
Yeah, I thought he was actually cutting the paths in, I guess not. They were doing that.
no, they were doing it on their own, I guess.
I thought there was just like a path that went along the property line where
No,
they ran cross country. I didn't think
no,
it's more than that. huh?
yeah.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation with the school, I think, and they should have talked to us before because we can't be renting it out and having them cutting it down. All right.
So what do we wanna do with McLeod?
Did he ask for a certain amount to reduce?
no, he just said he'd like to see a reduction, or he'd like to ask for. a
What was
reduction.
the bid price to begin with? Remember?
800, I thought.
8 something, I thought. But I'm not sure. Oh, I saw that.
That was more than that.
Where did I see that photo at?
I put it on this, it's not in the top.
$891.
$891, so $900.
We wanna charge him half?
I was gonna say, well, charge them, tell them, how about $450 for this year?
He hasn't paid us anything yet this year, right?
Correct.
I'll make that as a motion of $450, if somebody wants to second it, and then we'll, if we have to, we'll just go out to bid again next year. Well, first of all, we should have a discussion with the school to find out what they're actually doing.
Well, we can deal with, unless you think he wasn't telling Kerry the truth, I mean, we can deal with,
Well, I can ask the
Wow.
school if they're, if they're doing something in there, and then find out who gave them permission, or try to ask it in a nice way.
Well, nobody gave them permission, they just.
I know, but now you gotta, cause, I mean, they use they used to, now everything's a lot different, but they used to come, they'd run through here, and that wasn't an issue.
I remember they used to come down those railroad tracks, the old railroad tracks, and then they cut across between John Cruz's property, the back of the house lots, and there was a path that they mowed, and it went out to North Elm Street, I believe at that point. But it kept them in the woods there from the school. I don't know if that was on the way back or the way, when they left the schools, they went that way, but I remember it didn't really interfere with the field that much, you know, it was just a path.
Yeah, no, I remember Mr. Coit complaining about it too.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Well, that's no good if you're trying to make hay.
No, because eventually you run it down, you kill it.
Did you still have that motion
Yeah,
to do half?
You know, for this year, I mean,
I'll second that.
do I hear, everybody in favor? Say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Well, that'll just solve the problem for this year. Let's find out what's going on with the school and that.
Yeah, if we work something out with the school, and we leave it the way it is, and if not, we might have to change.
Well, I'll tell them that we bid that out, and if somebody pays for that hay,
Right.
and we've heard rumors that it's being mowed down for,
This is the first I heard that it was a problem, that the school was interfering, even when Coit was there.
well, he
You
didn't
said
say it 'cause
Coit.
he wasn't paying anything, so he just, whatever he got, he got. He was
Yeah.
just mowing it down, it's not,
But he did, I heard him complain about it before,
yeah.
when we were bidding it, yeah.
We did, all right.
Update replacement well, update on that.
All right, we have a save the date.
A save the date.
November 18th at 2 PM, the bids will be open.
November what?
18th.
Okay.
I believe it's a Wednesday, I'm not sure.
it is.
That's all I have for update on it.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at least it's been advertised, and we
Yeah.
actually have a bid
I
opening.
mean, the last time we advertised it, I think there were only 2 well drillers anyways, because, Weston and Sampson, and then there's Ma. That's it.
Who do we want?
Well, Ma does most of our stuff, and they have most of our records, so, I mean, they're both good.
I like myself, just I've done a lot of work with them over the
Ma?
years. Ma, yeah.
'Cause he'll-
They've been around for ages.
and if you're in a bind, he'll come. It's not,
Yeah. When something goes wrong, they're there to help you. You can call them on a weekend or anything. Update on water permit?
so I've heard nothing on it. DEP is still working remotely, and the way things are going, I don't think they're going back anytime soon.
Update on new water source?
Nope, that's still, I've heard nothing on that either.
How about our asset management grant?
So they have some the documents have gone back and forth. At some point, they're gonna come to me with, and start going over drawings and stuff, and equipment.
So it's at least move, something's happening.
Yeah, and I received back, I can't tell, something from DEP on what we'll get back, but I forgot about it and didn't print it out, but,
As far as the reimbursable?
yeah, yeah.
Now, last meeting there, we had that Zoom meeting on the PFAS testing. Have we started anything on that yet?
So I filled out all the information. The one fly in the ointment is Manley Street is currently offline. So because the things have to be shipped and iced and everything, they wanna wait for that to come back online.
When do you think that'll be?
They should be finishing this week, because they've been there about a week and a half now. First with, is it the river well? The river well, they do No, they started at the river. It was slow to come back, but I haven't heard the final numbers yet, but they were getting it back. They did the acid and then they did the paint, right?
And you wanna run that a little bit after they get done before they start taking samples, you know?
Yeah.
You know, don't start off the same week,
No, well, yeah, no.
because the water quality is always a little bit different
Yeah.
when you first start it up again. They're stirring everything up. Water laborer position update. I see I got a great big update right here. We got, what'd you say, 192?
As of this morning, we're 191. I don't know
There's
if she got any more in.
183 right there.
183 applications?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I kinda told you this, we wouldn't have a problem. Like I said, I think it's like, I said, it's somewhat automated. I think the things just blast out at you. If you pay, they automatically, well, that's good, and send you a resume. You get people from California, you get everywhere.
Yeah, I'm figuring a lot of those are gonna be going straight into the trash
Yeah.
on this round.
I printed out one hard copy, I'll print out 2 more, or I can just forward you the emails, whatever.
So what,
You had forwarded the emails anyway earlier, didn't you?
Oh, no,
maybe
I
Linda
gave you those
forwarded it.
today.
What was
Linda
that?
forwarded it.
what ad produced all
Yeah.
these?
I didn't see the final ad.
No, where was it advertised?
It was advertised in Indeed. And
That was Indeed?
At the Mass, I'm not sure. what happened.
MMA, Mass Municipal, she said it was in there.
Yeah,
What was on in there anyway? Indeed, I think it was.
It's in there as a new ad with a different,
I think.
Because
you'll find most
we
of
were
it
having
comes
trouble
out of
getting
Indeed.
applicants before, now we got this many?
No, we got like 50 or 60 last time too. Each
Alright.
time I've done it, we've gotten a good number, and like I said, a lot of them seem like automated responses, and then,
no, it's over, the last day for them to get it in is the 13th. So we'll have, she's gonna send, I talked to Linda today, probably the end of the week. She'll send out whatever they get this week, and then what they get by the 13th we'll send, and then we'll have, that'll be it. So we can go through them early, or you can wait and do a stack that big the night before.
Well, that's why because I called them today and I said, can you just send me what you have, so at least they have some? She's like, it's a lot, and I'm like, that's why I wanted to give it to them now, so then
How many is there?
180.
She has a stack for you too.
I just have to organize it.
Alright,
There's
are they
a lot of-
online, you wanna email them
I
or?
can, they are all online. Mm-hmm. It's
I don't
up
mind
to
that,
you.
save the paper, I mean,
It's a lot of paper.
Yeah. Yeah, when she said how many there were, I'm thinking, oh.
if you didn't print them already, Carrie, if it's easy for you. If it's easier, if you wanna just,
Yep, it's much easier, actually. Yep, I can do that.
we'll try that.
And I said, I got a feeling a lot of them are gonna be look, delete, go
Yeah.
right through them.
Alright, well, that was the last legal old business that we have here. Anything else that anybody wants to bring up that we can legally?
So for discussion, the Walnut Street tank has sprung a leak in the riser pipe. So I have a call in to Hard Engineering to come out. It looks like it's under the
Wait a
insulation
minute,
pipe.
wait a minute. Which tank?
Walnut Street.
What,
Walnut Street tank?
inside the tower?
Yeah, it's the fill drain pipe.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's probably at a weld seam, because it looks like they welded flanges on sticks of pipe and put whole sticks up. But because it's above the mezzanine and it's up, so I can't get the whole inside, I don't have the stuff to get that off. It was fun enough trying to reach over and close that valve. We're gonna make some sort of tool that will reach across,
Wait a minute.
valve it off.
Where's the leak?
It's on the riser pipe, probably at a flange weld. That's 304 stainless steel too, so I don't know,
Oh, stainless steel?
yeah. So
Now, this is inside that building or
Yeah,
inside the
no,
tank
it's
itself?
inside the building,
Inside the building.
yeah, above the room.
So how bad a leak is it?
It wasn't bad, but it was enough, you could, you saw it coming down. It wasn't spraying out, but it was, it was dripping down, and
Something seeping.
there was definitely probably about a gallon a minute coming out.
So when you go to the ceiling of the building that we built inside
Yeah,
the garage area there, you could look up and you could see the water dripping down?
well, you can see from, yeah, you can see from outside, not inside the room, but from outside, yeah, you can see it dripping down.
How far up is it?
It's probably about, I don't wanna say about 15 feet up, but that section of pipe, the insulation thing, so as not to destroy it, goes much further up. And they should have built the catwalk near the pipe, because then you could just be tied off and reach it, but it's in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's gotta be welded, really, right?
yeah.
So how is somebody gonna get up there and weld that?
Well, they'll probably come in with a lift.
Is it, so he'll have to,
He doesn't have to go up 100 feet, but he'll
he'll have to come up, he'll have to go inside the garage, inside,
Yeah,
because the building has got a garage area.
yeah,
Then he'll have to go up, but then he'll have to go over, right?
right, so you can extend out or boom out. I think you can do it with a lift, because you don't need a 100-foot lift, you can probably get away with like a 40 or a 60.
Wow.
Hmm.
And then he's gonna weld it while it's,
Well, we valved it off up at the top because we had that valve installed when we had the first leak. So, and then we valved it off below, so right now it's drained.
so you're not using the tank?
No,
Really?
Can't use the tank at all?
no, not without, I mean, it's pouring water, so eventually.
Because that's the main
it's
pipe going in and out.
Right, it would wreck the room below, and you've got the UV unit and everything else, and I don't feel like doing sealing, so it's not hurting us any.
Yeah, but the fire flow for all those businesses,
So we don't fill the tank all the way. The pressure in that is that at the gauge, inside of that room is 46 pounds. We use about 18 inches of water in that tank daily.
okay, but what I'm saying is, we doubled the flow with that tank, it doubled the fire protection, gallons per minute on Manley Street.
Right? They have more available water, but if I can open it up, but you
No,
can
no, no.
destroy the room underneath.
Supposedly, we're supposed to deliver out those hydrants. If it was given 1,000 gallons a minute or 2,000 gallons a minute, it was gonna do 4,000 gallons a minute. So when we have that gated off, if one of those buildings catch on fire, they haven't got the fire flow. So I would think that we need to try to get somebody in there as soon as we can and get that leak fixed and get the tank back online.
Right,
Because it's not the case of domestic water pressure, that's not the problem. It's the volume flow in case of a big fire.
And they're supposed to get back to me, they didn't call me today, so I'll call him personally tomorrow and see, have his foreman come out, see when we can get on their agenda. If he can't do it quickly, then I'll call somebody else.
Should we notify the fire department in case there's a fire?
Street's still
Yeah, I
up to
would.
it, because now there's no water coming close by.
I would let the fire department know that you got a problem with that, you got a leak in the tank and you've shut that valve off, because they need to know that.
You could always turn it on if there was a big fire.
Yeah,
Have them call you.
yeah,
Yeah, well, they need to know as soon as there's a big fire that they need to call somebody quick. And if they don't know, they won't call, so, yeah, I'd communicate that with the fire chief and then just try to get it fixed. That's,
To make the tool quick to do those valves.
yeah.
yeah, that's not good.
And we had a leak in that tank before.
Yeah, but I think it was a gasket or something, and that's when we realized there should have been a valve up there, so when they fixed it, we had them cut in the valve.
So that must've been after I retired?
No, it was while you were here.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't remember that. I don't even remember that. All right, anything else, Wayne?
Yeah, so the East Street court case has been scheduled for December 1.
The what?
Um,
East Street?
yeah,
What's that about?
Jones?
Yeah, that's it. yeah.
That's still going on?
Well, he's fighting it again, but, so I've been told that what we should be asking for is for either the town council or a lawyer to ask the council to file a motion for summary judgment to have the case thrown out based on those facts. He already lost once, he appealed and lost again. So because it cost, I don't know what it cost him to file, but he's just gonna keep doing that over and over and over and over
No,
again.
he won, he won,
Yeah, he won, and
but
so,
he won like
$900 or something.
right,
on a $5,000 bill.
Right.
right.
So what's he won?
He's appealing all the rest of it. I don't know, cause I don't see the actual appeal, all I get is the thing, it doesn't come to me either, it goes somewhere else. And then I see it secondhand, so I only saw the thing today that said that it's scheduled for that date. It doesn't tell me what's being asked or appealed or anything. So
Need town council to
Yeah,
look into
state.
it.
I'll send a message off to David Gagney again and say, this has come forward again, can we do this? And the thing that I've been told that we should be doing, so that it throws it out.
Yeah, well, lawyers like to extend it on because they
I know, they
get
make
paid,
money.
every time they go to court.
Billable hours,
Yep. That's what it's
and
about.
they get more when they're in court.
So if they throw it out, the bill stops, so they don't like that.
Well, it makes enough other money, it's not.
So, yeah, let's see if they can just end it. Tell them
If
that-
not, it's either gonna be a Zoom meeting, a phone meeting, or whatever, it's,
Court's closed.
How much we
Yeah,
pumping?
The courts are doing it.
I didn't think
What
the
was
courts were even meeting.
They're
How much we
doing
pumping?
everything through Zoom right now.
we're pumping, so one day, it must have been a rainy day, we were down to like 380,000 gallons for the day, but for the most part, we're hanging right in the 5-6s.
Ah, nice. Oh, now, what are we doing? We thought we had a leak. Where are we with that? Doesn't sound like we have much of a leak.
Well, when I compare our numbers, I'm like 2.7 million gallons different than what we bill out for.
Still?
Yeah. Or cubic feet, I forget, I have to look at the numbers, but,
Oh, that's a
yeah,
big
because when
difference.
she produced that, she gave me the numbers, and then I couldn't make my numbers match up.
Those reports are all in cubic feet.
Yeah, so that's 2.7 million cubic
Ooh,
feet,
that's
so
worse.
times 7.48.
Now, is your reading period are you getting it right to the day? I mean, is it,
Yeah,
when you get your readings,
I know when she reads it, so I can go right into the SCADA system and get that day, and then add up all my numbers.
right, okay.
But now, those numbers that are showing up in the commitment, all those cubic feet, that's the first run through, that's not, because when we were looking at the rate stuff, in the reports, there were an awful lot of things that were off.
Those are accurate, this one's accurate.
These are accurate,
Yep,
okay.
100% accurate.
So Wayne, you said what are we off now?
About 2.78 million, cubic feet, yeah.
2.78?
Yeah, million cubic feet,
Oh my God.
so it's times.
And that's over a period of 3 months?
Yeah, 90 days roughly.
Did you account for the blow-offs and stuff?
Yeah, I minused out a whole pile, so I took the backwashes and, the blow-offs, and
How about the flushing of the hydrants that you're doing?
so during that period, that wasn't occurring.
Okay.
That's 20 million gallons.
Yeah, it's a lot of water. But I don't have the.
So,
That's 230,000 gallons a day, I think. If I did this right, hold on.
Yeah, I think it adds up to about that. So when I have the meters recalibrated, I'm aligning to have the SCADA guy and Reagan meter testing here at the same time to fine tune the correlation. And if I remember before the pump station, if the pump stations don't start after midnight, then I'll run around and read the master meters, because I have a date further back. I can go almost 7 months back to look and then figure out the differences.
Yeah, I mean, if we're pumping 600,000 and you're losing a third of it,
that's a lot of water.
that doesn't,
There's gotta be something missing there in the bookkeeping.
That's 220,000 gallons a day.
Yeah, we're only pumping 6,
ballpark.
roughly.
Yeah.
So that's a 30-year
You can't be
pump.
right. Well, I'm not saying, I guess, I mean, some weeks we're pumping.
We've looked at everything under
But
the
if it's a
sun.
leak, it would be doing it like today, like right now. What was your lowest day?
So we went down to like 378 on, it must have been the rainy Sunday, cause I
So
saw
three
it.
seventy-eight, that would only, that would mean we
Could
only
be
pump
leaking more than
a
one
hundred
summer.
and something, we only actually use 100 and something thousand, that's not right.
Yeah,
No, that's not right.
So something's not adding up.
Yeah, exactly. That's like I said, something's in the math there with the, meter
Something
readings.
between the reading and the billing.
Yeah.
I think, wouldn't you say, Wayne? I mean, otherwise, I
I
mean,
haven't been able to figure out where it is, cause we've looked at the numbers, it's not,
you said our lowest day was what? No, I'm sorry.
I wanna say 378.
378,000
So
cubic feet, am I right?
No, that's gallons,
Oh,
It should be-
378,000 I mean gallons?
yep.
Now, when you're using the billing number, are you taking, your basic charge, you allow so much water, and there are different amounts for different size units, like some people can use 3,000 cubic feet, and other people can use 9,000 cubic feet, according to the number of units they have.
I mean, it does it, it adds it in and figures it out, I don't, it's not, it's,
But you have to figure that, you have to come up with a number. I always used to have to take all the numbers for all the basic charges that we're charging, but there was a lot of different numbers. Like a 4-family house and a 1-family house allowed different amounts of money.
yeah, the billing system does that and figures out what the excess is, and it.
How many customers do we have?
2578 is a number I think I know I used to use 2400, but
2,578?
yeah,
The problem is what you don't know though is all the people that don't use all the way up, everything they can.
right.
Under the basic, and you've got no way to really figure
But
those out.
very few people don't use all their basic.
That means all our customers, on average, use 60 gallons a day
Yeah,
on that lowest day you had pumping.
yeah, yeah, that's about right. I mean, you're gonna flush toilets, some people are gonna wash, some people aren't, and, I mean.
Well, that means if we had a 200.
I thought the average usage for a household was like 140.
No,
No,
DEP would be
No.
down your throat or
no,
something
we
like
wouldn't
that.
make,
140, yeah, it probably is more.
I wanna say, I
It's more,
thought my
it's more
number,
than 40 something gallons a day.
I wanna
The
say
top,
my
I think they
report
figured is
calculated
30 or
up
I
to
mean,
about
if
4.
I subtract out what you think we're leaking, that lowest pumping day, take 2,578 customers, they'd be using an average of 60 gallons a day. On the lowest
That's
day.
not enough. What's,
Well, that was a rainy, I mean, that was the storm day, nobody was gonna be using water, cause it,
But I mean,
the,
I wonder if we really do have a 200,000 gallon a day leak.
I don't think it's one, it's probably,
It's
it's
just
like that one that we found up on,
High Street.
High Street, that was 2 leaks right there, that never surfaced.
So all over town, we're probably losing that much water in our system.
You could have a series of little ones
Yeah.
all over the place that don't, cause they replaced the valve on that, to replace the hydrant on East Street, they had to replace the gate valve. The gate, when they went to replace it, the gate was spraying out inside the gate box, but it never surfaced.
So
So it had been leaking for a long
we
time.
got those leaks all over
Terry,
the place.
does your computer system give you a summary of, when you do the billing, of the amount of water that was sold for everybody and added up at the bottom?
For like, under the basic, under the excess.
Yeah.
What's that costing us to lose
can
all
you-
that water?
Can you have that for next meeting?
I mean, it's
Probably
probably a
right
third of our, you know,
Probably in there?
electricity,
Well,
chemicals.
On, you know, the basic usage.
Every water system's gotta have that problem.
They all have it, that's why they, instead of holding you to 10% now a year, they opened it up, so now you have a 2-year period to be compliant.
Yeah, but you're talking 30%.
Yeah, I'll have it for next meeting. It's not in here, that total is a different report.
But that's not what my report at the end came up last year. I think we were like 11 or 12.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you'll
you
never
can't-
find all these little leaks.
Yeah,
We've had-
if we were 11 or 12 last year, we can't be 30% off on just all these other little leaks.
No.
Right, that's why I've
Buzzing
never
around.
liked the way the billing, I can't ever check anything because it's hard to get a number.
Oh, I know, I've spent a bunch of time going through that
Right.
stuff, just
Even
reading.
with that, when I call for a report, I don't really trust the number I get. Like my annual report is based from January 1 to December 1, but that's not how we bill out. So the report's generated and those are numbers I use, but I don't like it. 'Cause I
How did you
can't-
find that leak up on High Street?
It actually finally surfaced.
It did
I think
surface?
we had hit some rain and it went to the surface. And we finally finished that. and
Carrie,
kicked
for
it back
next
in.
meeting, can you have those totals for us?
What totals again?
The,
What we used?
yeah, for the last quarter. And Wayne, you have the production,
Yeah,
the production for that same time period,
yeah.
and see if we can look at the numbers and see if we can figure out what's going on. Because it takes all the different classes, all the different industrial, business, takes everybody. See if we can figure it out. That doesn't seem right. I think there's a number.
We definitely got some leaks out there that we don't know about, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, but that's a huge number.
220,000 a day, that's a lot.
Yeah, we never used to have that. We used to have 9%, 8%. We just stayed just under that 10%. The only year I ended up selling more water than I actually produced was the year we changed out all the broken meters.
When you do the read, that's what
And there
happened.
was a lot, well, the outside readers weren't reading, but we charged the people for the water that was registered on the meter. So you caught up on back usage. So we actually sold more water than we actually produced, which had DEP scratching their head.
Do we have any meters out there not working now?
I have two. We chased that. I chased zero reads and I chased tampers.
Do we have much tampering?
No. Well, usually what happens is people finishing their basements.
Do a remodel and?
Yep, they see the wire. There. I'm like, that is $400, buddy. Yeah, we just had one. They rehabbed the house on Spring Street there. Sit the wire.
Yeah, that catches up with them later on when they get they get a good bill after
Catches
that.
up with the wrong perk, catches up.
Then
with
all of a
the-
Well, I
sudden,
tried to
they don't
say I
realize the
wanted
meter's
to
still
get
running
that.
down Solomon.
Yeah, I don't like it to get away, so I just pull monthly reports and look to see for zero reads and tampers.
Right. But with those meters being so new and so accurate and giving you readings all on the same day, it's not like years ago, we used to have to read, it took us all summer to take one reading.
Right.
Now you do it in a day, and it should be right on the money, it shouldn't.
Well, the thing is too, if you had that same time period last year, you way up over where you were last year? Because if that was all, if you were 11% or so last year overall, and this, and would be pumping an extra 220,000 gallons a day over last year,
Yeah.
if it was all leakage.
No, I was under, I've always been under until I could see it climbing, I couldn't get it.
That, I used to have a sheet in there that I used to use. Do you still have that in Excel? Do you ever use that one? I used to just plug the numbers in for all the different categories, and it converted it from cubic feet from the meter readings, it converted from cubic feet to gallons, and then it had a tally at the bottom.
I don't know about that sheet, but I don't have, like, when they go out to read, I would love to read one day and then read the next, and then take those numbers, but I have no way to get them out of the system. The system does not provide me access to it. Only when
Yours?
Yeah,
Billing system?
yep. It doesn't, and even though they go in separately as Badger, I can't get those numbers.
But she gets all the readings all in one day, at some point.
Yeah, she does, but I can't get them out of the system.
Huh?
Not until she finalizes for what she does for the billing.
Right. But that's the numbers we need, and then you need to line up your pumping records to line up with those numbers, those
Right,
dates.
and that's what I did when she gave me the numbers.
And they were that far off.
All right. Well, if you can get those numbers for us, Kerry, and then for next meeting, and we can look at them, and Wayne, you give us your pumping records for the
Yeah.
same time period. We'll see if we can figure out if there's, somebody's overlooking something.
What is next meeting, the 16th?
Yep.
Yeah, goes between the holidays.
Does anybody have anything else they wanna bring up? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in